Hi, this is Robert from GHTR, Nations Podcast Radio, and basically what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be talking about the guy who was tortured in Chicago and our feelings about it here at GHTR. First off, you know, we have this guy right here. His name's Austin, and nice young man, uh, mentally challenged, from what we understand. Has a few problems, puts a lot of trust into people, and seems to me that he was just out for a great day, hang out with some supposed friends, and we all know the video. I'm not going to show the video here because I think enough people have seen it. But what happens is this guy right here, goes to what he thinks is going to hang out with some friends, and you know ends up with these four people. Now, these people humiliated him, beat him, put his head in the toilet, made him drink toilet water, and they all thought it was fun. And a lot of people are saying it's a hate crime. A lot of people are saying all sorts of different things. In my opinion, these four individuals are a perfect example of the shit that we have to deal with all the time. These four individuals ought to be locked away for the rest of their lives and not see daylight for the rest of their lives. They should be an example to anybody else that's going to do this again. This is horrible. I mean, what is going on in our country? Why do we have to deal with something like this? Think about this. These four people broadcast this live on Facebook. That shows how uneducated they are. If you look at the pictures, they look about worthless. They're never going to amount to nothing. They're never going to have jobs. They're going to end up in prison anyway. So let's get it over with right now. Lock them up. Put them away. That's what I would do. But that's not me. A lot of people are saying, in the video, about Trump, bringing up Trump. Idiots. Uh, I have even thought about this. This is what Obama's legacy is. Right there is Obama's legacy. You wanted Obama. You thought Obama was great. You thought all this stuff was wonderful. Look at those four people. That's your Obama legacy. Hate. That's what he's always tried to do, is bring hate. We didn't have to deal with this years ago. Everything was starting to get better. But it seems like poor people like this want to blame the white man for their troubles. And that's not the case. I have seen so many great videos of people, personal people, voicing their opinion in the black community. And they're not happy about this. It's not cool. But I wonder what's really going to happen to these four kids. Well, I wouldn't call them all kids. I'd call them adults. They knew what they were doing. In one part of the video, someone was saying to the girl in the bigger picture there, saying, "This is not funny." And she says, "Yes, it is too funny." They cut him. They cut his clothing off with a knife. Can you imagine how scared he was? Can you imagine all that? But I tell you what, if it was the other way around, the black community would be outraged. Oh my God. This is a joke. This is something that we need to deal with, and we need to deal with it severely. I hope and I pray just in a few more days, Donald Trump is going to be the president. And I hope that he steps into this. These 4 people need to be put away for the rest of their lives without the possibility of parole or seeing daylight. They need to do hard labor and pay for the rest of their lives for humiliating that young man. In my opinion, this guy here didn't deserve that kind of punishment, but he got it. He got it because they thought it was funny. They thought that their friends would support them. I mean, there's people even saying out there making excuses for these people. There is no excuse. White or black. You don't treat a human being like that. Maybe we ought to ship these 4 people over to ISIS. Let them become part of ISIS. And then we can watch on TV how they're beheaded. Even those people, I mean, it's not right to take a young man who doesn't even have the ability to fight back and force him and tie him up. Now, they called it a kidnapping, which is apparently untrue. Apparently, this young man knew one of the people, and they made him, say, hey, let's go hang out. He's like, oh, happy. Can you imagine what happened next? I mean, you could see him cutting his clothes, gouging his head with a knife, making him drink toilet water. That would be something that all 4 of those people should do. And I mean a toilet full of crud. I think that's what we ought to do. I mean, this is what's going on in our country, and we're allowing it to happen. We allow this to happen. We allow these things to happen. We're too lenient on these people like this. This is why, in other countries, they'd be either, hung, put in prison the rest of their lives and forgot about, whatever the case may be. This was one time of many times that this thing goes on all over our country. Bullying. It's all about being bullies. Picking on someone who cannot defend themselves. I mean, think about it. How many people do go through this? How many people have to deal with this kind of stuff on a daily basis? How many times has this gone on and nobody cared to record it, but everybody thought it was fun and games? What's going to be the excuses? Oh, they come from broken homes. Oh, they whatever. I don't really care. Don't give a shit. But I can tell you this, that they all need to pay, and they need to pay dearly and not get away with it. I mean, you think about it, these kids knew what they were doing exactly. They knew what they were doing. I mean, I look at some of their pictures, and they're nobody. They're shit. Throw them in a sewer somewhere. Let them wait around in a sewer. Let them, do something like that. But you know what's going to happen? Somehow, some way, they'll get away with it. They might pay a little bit of a price, but they're going to get away with it. And then they're going to, there's a spotlight right now. Hey, I'm on TV, and that's probably really all they cared about. They knew they were going to get busted, and they just wanted to be on TV. So they did the worst possible thing they could do. This goes on every day, people. My nose is running, but this goes on every day. People are bullied every day. This should be a wake-up call to that. Take a good look at that kid's face. Take a good look at him. He didn't deserve that, did he? You think he deserved it? Not on your life. For some reason, our country needs to get better. We need to be a little bit more harder on criminals like this. I don't think criminals should have rights. You break the law, you lose your rights. Something like this should not be taken lightly, and we need to do something about it. And if we don't, then it's going to continue to get worse. Well, thank you, and we'll see you next time. This is Robert from GHTR, the Nation's Podcast Radio. Have a good, blessed day.